Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So today I've got a bit of an experiment. There is a very controversial method of recapping motherboards. Well, not so much the recapping part, but the removal of the old caps that quite a few people use. One of the sort of biggest proponents of it is Adrian Black from Adrian's Digital Basement, and I must admit I've always been kind of skeptical of this method. To be blunt, concerned that it could potentially damage the PCB underneath, especially if the caps have leaked. And anyway, what I thought I would do is I would try something similar to what he's been doing, but with a slight twist, pun intended. So these are designed for pulling out, for removing screws. So I don't really know how well you can see that. Let me just see if I can zoom in a bit. But yeah, so the jaws on these are rounded. So they're actually designed for gripping screw heads and, twisting them out. So I thought this might actually be a really good way to remove SMD caps without damaging them, because you can grip the cap really nicely and just push down and twist. And yeah, so it turns out that actually works really well. And as you can see, if we zoom in, and if I find the cap that I just removed, which I'm struggling to, where are we? Oh yep, there it is. If we look at that, like, that's really clean. That actually looks quite good. I'm not really seeing any issues with that at all. So yeah, let's just zoom in a bit. You can see there's a little bit of the leg left over, but there's absolutely no damage to the PCB whatsoever. And yeah, so I've been trying this with quite a few of the caps on this board. This is an old board off a Blu-ray player. So let's just find a bigger one. But yeah, you just push down and then twist. And yeah, you do have to make sure you push down with a decent amount of force so that you don't damage it. But yeah, if you don't push down with enough force, you definitely can do some damage. So yeah, there we go. But that still looks pretty clean, I think. So yeah, haven't actually tried this on something like a Mac Classic, but I'm definitely going to do that. But yeah, just push down, twist, and yeah, done. Easy peasy. Well, yeah, as you saw there, I did actually damage that one next to it. But yeah, didn't really cause any issues to the board. But yeah, so I think as long as you're careful, I think this is a pretty good method. So yeah, just push down and twist, and it seems to work pretty well. You will get occasional legs left behind, but I mean, that to me, that's pretty clean. Okay, let's see what happens if we try it on classic Mac board. Okay, so here we have a Mac Classic motherboard which has absolutely positively leaked. And this was provided to me by my good friend Phil, so thank you, Phil, really appreciate this. Sorry it's taken me so long to get to it, but yeah, you can see right there that there's definite signs of corrosion from the capacitors. I mean, the board itself is in pretty reasonable shape, and thankfully no battery damage. So I got the battery out well and truly in time. The VADA hadn't leaked and destroyed anything, so that's good. So yeah, anyway, let's try this method on some of these caps and see whether or not we can do it non-destructively. I mean, I think if I do it here, it should be pretty easily recoverable if something goes wrong. So yeah, definitely takes a bit more effort to twist out on this particular board, but it looks like we're out. let's just have a look. Damn plastic. Okay, it is still bonded to one of the legs. So yeah, just break that off. But yeah, anyway, let's see what we got. So yeah, I mean that has definitely survived. That hasn't damaged any of the tracks. So okay, let's try one more. Let's try this one on the end here so that I can actually get some good purchase on it. So yeah, just grip it, push down and twist. And it looks like these older ones need a couple of twists. But yeah, you can clearly see that that is a bit of a mess there, at least in terms of the, you know, the corrosion. There's the plastic crap, which is, even that's all brittle. So yeah, what about the actual pads? Yeah, so the pads, again, they're fine. So yeah, I think that's reasonably definitive. I'm going to go through and do the rest of these, but yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty good. There's a bit less room here, so you have to do multiple push down and twists. So yeah, that one seemed to come off. Let's have a look at this one, because that was a definite problem area. Yeah, that's, I think that's okay. Is that a track or is that, I'm not entirely sure. I think yeah, no, that's just corrosion. That leg is definitely still there. So yeah, let's yeah, the pad's just underneath all that corrosion. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, I'll just desolder that leg. Should be good. Alright, let's pull the other one off. Okay, that one came off a little bit more cleanly, so let's have a look at that one. Yep, as you can see, that's also absolutely fine. No problems there at all. So yeah, I'll do the rest off camera, but yeah, I guess I owe Adrian Black an apology, because I got to be honest, I thought this was a pretty destructive method on a board that had suffered corrosion from the leaked capacitors, but no, turns out if you get a decent pair of pliers like these ones, where they you know, have a nice groove on it, and you press down firmly when you're doing the twist, they do a great job. So yeah, these are for pulling out. For twisting off screws, so that's why they've got the rounded jaws. So yeah, highly recommend those. They work really well. So I took the board outside and gave it a good scrub and ran it through a bath of Chemtools Cleanium, and yeah, so this is what the board looked like after a bit of a scrub. Still some corrosion to be removed, but you can see all the legs are completely intact. So this method is definitely a good one and well worth considering. You just need to be careful. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.